Alrighty. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, Dirk Lover. You're done? You're done with your, my God, what did you call it? It's like your, thesis defense thing, right? If so, congratulations. Okay, so today what are we doing? We're gonna start our project. Let me see. That is what you're talking about? Nice. Alright. Here's my desktop. I made a new project. It's called Scribe. I have done nothing else other than make it. It exists. So technically we made it. We're done. Not really. Okay, so what I want to accomplish today, I wrote some more things in a different document. Shoot. Where's Firefox? Are you Firefox? Great. Cool. It's an A. Like, you got an A? Sweet. I'm like, good fucking job, man. Here, have some confetti. Have a nice. Good job. Maybe you were worried for nothing, or maybe the fact that you were so worried about it is why you did a good job. I don't know. Either way, good job. You may fall asleep anytime soon. That's all good, man. We're gonna have to feel this out exactly what I'm gonna be doing on these streams, because I think if I hit a wall like coding and there's something I don't understand, I think it's gonna be really boring to have me try and figure things out. You only slept half an hour last night? Dude. Okay, well, you know, go when you feel like falling asleep, just fall asleep. Just like if I were you, I would have like adrenaline. I would be like slowly coming down. So like, you know, once it feels right to sleep, just go to sleep, bro. You can watch back the VOD and hopefully it's not too boring. So what I was gonna say is we're gonna try to code stuff. I'm gonna try to actually add functionality to the game. That crazy pants. If I get like super hard stuck adding like the things I have written, these are the things I want to do. The like character that you play as is gonna wake up. They're gonna be able to walk around. They're gonna get a tool, which are like boots. In Pokemon, I like being able to run around. So the first tool you get are gonna be boots that let you run, but they're also gonna be like electricity boots. So you can like solve the puzzles with them. And then the boots let you dash. I don't know, they use lightning. You like electricity, you go fast, you dash. And then there will be puzzles to solve using that ability to dash. And I think right here, there's a chance we're gonna run into like Seth doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He doesn't know how to do this kind of a situation. And if that happens and I can't find some explanation online to help me understand what I need to do to make the little circuitry puzzles I want to make, I'll explain them more when we get there. Then I think we'll just start working on like art assets. So I think what we'll do is essentially like, if there's any kind of functionality or coding I think I can add to the game, we'll be doing that. And then if I ever get stuck on that, we will we'll just like do some art stuff, and then off stream I'll try to find some good leads on how to do it. And then I think I know how to do it. The next stream we'll get back in and we'll like actually code the functionality that I can't figure out how to do in the previous stream. So then hopefully that way it'll at least have like decent flow. We'll feel like we're actually getting somewhere. So I feel like it's gonna take me a long time to make the art assets, even for this stuff. And for now, I'm not sure what the best thing to do will be, but I want to have some like placeholder assets. Like you know, for walking around, we're gonna need like walls and collision, and also like doors, hallways. So I might draw up some like very basic assets that are just placeholders. Like we're talking, our character is going to be like a square. Maybe a rectangle. Yeah. People are more rectangular shaped than square shaped. Ignore the fact that squares are rectangles. You're like this tall and this wide. That it'll be fine, like Stardew Valley dimensions. Am I gonna draw stuff with my XP pen? Ooh, only if I practice. Am I planning to draw stuff and paint with a mouse? Well, neither one. For sure, I'll be using Ace Sprite to draw everything. And I think we'll just do the mouse situation until I have time to practice with the XP pen. Maybe I'll do some of the assets off stream. You just meant mouse versus pen, for sure. So yeah, we'll start with mouse because I'm faster. But then I will try to learn to use the XP pen because it feels better. It feels better to use a pen to draw things, but it's also like the workflow is weird because I know how to use a mouse and I don't know how to use the pen. I think I've spent like at least 12 hours drawing stuff with the pen. I worked on some of the emotes using it, so it's just gonna take practice. So then I think the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna just look for a tile set, I guess. I'm gonna just try to find free game assets. 2D. So the opening of the game will be the player character waking up in a laboratory, a kind of industrial lab situation. Open game art, that's the place that I was thinking of. There's gonna be dead bodies of all sorts of creatures. Nature will be retaking over the lab because it's abandoned. So I would like sci-fi. I would like some kind of sci-fi situation. Let's see what happens if we just type in sci-fi. What do we get? Sci-fi object set. Ooh, sci-fi interior tiles. Okay, I mean this could be what we need. Can I just zoom in nicely? Kind of. Yeah, sure. I think this will work. 'Cause the first thing that I want to do is the player gets up, they walk around. They learn they can press buttons to open doors. And then I want to have a door where you press the button and you try to walk through it, but you can't. And so then you have to go the other way, and then you get the sweet boots that let you dash. And then you can come back and press the button, and then the door will open, and then you can dash through it before it closes. And it looks like this should work. We got doors. We got wall things. Sweet. Okay. Can I just have this for free? Copyright attribution. Not required, though appreciated. Cool. Okay. So then we're just gonna download the sci-fi tile sheet. Cool. All right. Now we have it. Now, something that I don't know how to do is use Godot to refer to a tile sheet. So real quick, I'm just gonna grab the tile sheet and I'm gonna put it in the same folder as our project, which is just C drive and then Godot projects and then Scribe. We can just hang out in there. So I guess what we should do is Godot and tile set or tile sheet. I just thought it was tile set, but I swear that thing just said tile sheet. Crap. Why did I no, it's still here. It's still here. It is labeled sci-fi tiles sheet. Yeah, I always thought they were specifically called tile sets. Okay. How to use the new tile map in Godot 4? Okay. Maybe this is our answer. Oh, this is a cute little
So the new Godot
little map.
Alpha version just dropped, And with it, we can play with the new tile map we all awaited. And you guys wanted a tutorial on how to use that thing. So here it is. Let's make a little scene using this tile set you can get for free on itch.io. We add a tile map to the scene and add a tile set to the tile map. Here we can
Add the tile map to the scene. Add the tile set to the tile map.
set the size of the individual tiles, 16 x 16 in our case. We get greeted with the message, this tile map's tile set has no source configured. Added a tile set resource to add one. And I will not lie, I searched up here first, because I think this is the tile set resource. But what this message means is this tab all the way down here. It also says tile set, and only is visible when we select the tile map on the top left.
Okay. So this actually might be getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. I think what we should do is watch this video in a moment. And before that, we should get everything set up functionally. So what I think I'm going to do is go back to the old... the old Godot 2D game thing. Fucking cool accent, yeah. I sometimes hate when people have interesting accents because then they're telling me something and I'm just like, oh, it sounds fun the way you say words. I like how you said that. That was fun. And then I'm like, wait, what the fuck did you say? Am I supposed to be responding? Oh no. Oh no. You're probably telling me information I need to react to. So it's, you know, it's cool, but it's also an annoying distraction when I'm trying to just function as a human being. Anyway, so what I think we want to do is like take from this, but well, it's on my left. It's right in front for you. Was it down? It's down here. Okay, it's kind of in the same place. Yeah. Okay. Cool. It's on my left screen, and since I'm in the top left of your screen, then it is down and to my left, both on the stream and in real life. Great. Okay, we're gonna take what we can from this. The I believe it has to start with making a character. We're gonna make the character scene, then the enemy scene, then the main scene. So I think what we need to do is just make like the character scene, and then the main scene. Ooh, we also need to make like walls that we interact with those. So maybe we'll need to make an extra, like, we'll have the character node and then also, I guess character scene, right? The scene has nodes in it. We'll have the character scene and then maybe like an environment scene that will have all the information about the environment. What's a wall? What's a door? Here's Big Sugar again to ask if I want sugar in my tea, but not because you're a pusher. You just want me to enjoy my tea. And you don't know what I want. Thank you, Crazy Pants. Don't put any sugar in it. That's okay. I'm, for some reason, both very sleepy, but I have no desire for sugar. I want caffeine. You could go to Brick and get me a coffee. That's the sugar I would like. I would like sugar that is in the vanilla syrup that Brick puts in my coffee. But I would only like it wrapped around, immersed in coffee from Brick. Please and thank you. Okay, great. Okay, so anyway, also, actually though, thank you for making me tea. I appreciate that. Okay, so we need to set up the project. So we did this. We did new. We saved the project. Ooh, we didn't change the Windows settings. So that should be something we should look at. This is going to be a big slow thing, but so that's, I believe, in just like, it's either in like project settings or scene settings. Maybe we have to go back. No. Here we go. Okay. It is 11:54 by 6:48. Okay, so real quick, I think I like the idea of using Stardew Valley as a like a, oh my god, a reference or or how big I want things to be. The character in relation, hello, thank you. Like the size of the character in relation to the map and how much is visible at any given time. So let's look at Stardew Valley. Open image in new tab. There we go. Okay, so I think something like this will be a good place to start. Although this looks like it's showing less space than a typical Stardew Valley window. But the way the character is a rectangle. Wow, this is a terrible picture because the character is not visible. Let's find a picture where the character is visible. Eh? Here we go. Oh. Wait, for real? If I open an image in new tab, it like has Reddit all around it? No, I just want the image file. Gross, bro. Okay, we'll just zoom in, I guess. Ugh. Okay, so the character takes up like 2 squares. They're a rectangle that is 2 squares. I like that ratio as far as the tile set goes. Other things will be squares, but like a character is 2 squares. I don't know if they're 16 by 16. I think they are. And then whatever this resolution is, I think is a good starting resolution. So, God, I can't type. I swear, just like being on stream, I just can't type. All right, buddy, I get it. The resolution's what you set the game to. You know what I fucking mean. You know what I mean, Chucklefish Forums person. The actual native resolution is 400 by 240. Whoa. Are those divisible by 16? Is 400 divisible by 16? It seems like no, but then... No, it totally is, because 100 is divisible by 4, and then the 4, yeah. 25, yeah, okay. So it's 25 tiles? Sure. 25 tiles by 15 tiles. Okay, let's make sure that's true. Stardew Valley sprite size 16 by 16. Each sprite, like in the farmer sprite, like each character sprite. Because the game is definitely not made of rectangle sprites. Actually, holy shit, it could be, and I just don't fucking know. Probably not. Okay, so we're gonna go with what they did. We're just gonna go with 400 by 240 for now. So width is gonna be the big one. And then height is gonna be the smaller one. Great. I might regret this. We might have to change this. Probably not going to be a big deal. Okay, do I need to like press enter? Okay, maybe not. Great. Okay, so now our thing is 400 by 240. Sweet. So then let's go back to the Godot tutorial. Oh, what is this part? Under the stretch option, set mode to canvas items and aspect to keep. This ensures the game scales consistently on different size screens. Oh my god. Is there any time you wouldn't want that? If that's not on, we need to turn that on. It looks like it might not be on. Stretch is disabled. Whoa. Okay, canvas items and keep. Cool. Great. Back to Firefox. Okay, we're gonna make multiple scenes. Oh, right, we need a HUD scene too. My goal is to have a really minimalist HUD. Like the kind of thing where like, you have full health, your health bar disappears. You can't, you don't need to see it if you have full health. Fuck that. Then you can just see more of the game. So then I think we're gonna do like player environment HUD for the beginning. I was watching some videos of people who had made tactical combat engines to make games out of. And this one guy showed off. He had like 3 different games running inside of a tactical combat. The same like logic, but different skins. Shoot. One was robots. One was like a weird sci-fi one. I don't remember the other. But he described how he structured the project, and he had added additional scenes. One was like a navigation scene that just had all the information about like every character, where it is it on fire, is it frozen, just like tons of information about it. And then like it was like navigation, and then the navigation also handled like pathfinding. And then he had another scene that was like all the like combat information, like HP and weaknesses and available attacks and attack ranges and shit. So we might need to add that in when we finally get to combat, which will be like within like 10 minutes of playing the game, you'll be doing combat. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get there making it, because first we got to get puzzles going, and then some there'll be some like dialogue, like interacting with things, then combat. So I don't know, that might be like 10 of these streams away. Holy shit, that's crazy to think about how long it's going to take me just to get things set up. But that's good though, it'll give me more and more time to think about the like direction of the story. I'm trying to like interweave plots and subplots so that it's like fun and surprising. Maybe not good. I'm not like an experienced writer, but you know, we're trying to, it'll be exciting. Okay, so does it actually have me do anything here? It's just telling you what you're gonna do here. Yeah. Okay. This relatively small game, you can save your scenes and scripts in the project's root folder. Okay, I think for now we'll do that. I think we'll be okay. And what we might do is, like, the goal here is to get a functioning demo, which will be like the first town in the game. And then maybe once I switch over to making the full game, we'll restructure how this is done. And the like the full game will just start with the demo. The demo is just the first town of the game. So it'll just be like remapping where everything has moved to, however we decide to structure it. Okay, all right. Okay, let's create the player scene again. But not again, because this time it's for our project. Okay. Is there anything that'll be different about this player? In the tutorial, you just kind of move around, and if you touch things, you die. But we don't want to do that. We want it to be like if you touch something that has collision, you get stopped. So that might be the first thing we have to actually research. So let's go until we get there, where we get to the point where we're telling it like, hey, when you collide with something, you die. And actually like, no, when you collide with something, you stop. For now. We might also need, yeah, I guess we probably also will need some kind of situation where if you collide with something, you like die, but it'll be like in Zelda, if you fall down a pit. Oh God, the Zelda game I'm playing this Friday. Wait, no, I'm not playing games this Friday because friends are coming to visit. The Zelda game I normally play on Fridays, when you fall in a pit, they're just like, haha, fuck you, you're fully dead. Good Zelda games, the modern Zelda games, when you fall down a pit, it's like, oh, let's take half a heart and let's put you like back on the space that you were on before you fell down the pit. So we're gonna need to do that. So then I guess we will have that kind of, when you collide with certain things, you will get hurt and then get reset in a way. So I guess we will keep that functionality. Okay, we'll just have to like tweak it. Okay. All right, so what the hell are we gonna do? We're gonna make a scene and name it player, right? The first scene will define the player object. One of the benefits of creating a separate player scene is that we can test it separately even before we've created other parts of the game. Yeah, I can't believe you would not do that. Would you ever not do that? You need to choose a root node. Okay, so it's gonna be an other node and then an area 2D. All right. Other node, type in the word area, click area 2D. We have an area 2D node. Okay. Okay, and then what are we gonna do, Firefox? Tell me what to do. Change the node's name to player. Okay, let's do that. Let's call the node player. Would like to just name it scribe because the player is a scribe, or at least he will sort of you become one very early on. It's going to be a kind of situation where you find a dead guy and you take some stuff from him because you need that stuff to get somewhere, and then eventually you realize you took all this stuff that belonged to a scribe, and you can use his stuff. And then people just kind of assume you're a scribe, and you're like, all right, cool. That's my job, apparently. Okay, so then the next thing that we need to do... we want to make sure we don't accidentally move or resize them by clicking on them. Okay, make selected nodes children not selectable. So then that is just that weird little thing up here. Right here. Oh, right. Can we still cam swap? Okay, great, we can. All right. So I'm a scrub. You missed me renaming this. You just click on it once and then click on it again, and then you just type in player. It was just called area 2D node. All right. So we clicked this to make children nodes of this player node unselectable. Whoa, Team Worm, today you learned that the zip code is trademarked by the USPS. Like, the idea of using 5 or more digits, because a zip code is actually more than 5 digits, I think, at least for like official purposes. Like using digits to like denote an area or something? Like what? There's probably some cool unique way that they decide the numbers. Zip plus 4 is also trademarked. That's what it's called? Whoa. Cool. That seems like, oh no, somebody's gonna steal your zip coding process? Like, oh no, Lithuania's using zip codes. Like, who fucking cares? Just let them do it. That's weird. Crazy Pants, what happened? You were looking forward to the golden chai and this tea sampler. It's really disappointing. I'm sorry, dude. That sucks. I'm lazy and drink the same like 3 fruity teas, so I'm seldom disappointed. Trademark only refers to the name. Okay. I misunderstood. Yeah, then that's fine. Nobody else needs to call them zip codes, I guess. I wouldn't really care if people did if I made it up, but we need to go to that spice place and get some really good chai. Yeah, their hours changed. The one time we went by, they said they would be open, but then the sign on the door said something about their hours changing, and I think we didn't write down their new hours. So I think we might be shit out of luck. Like, for it being easy, we should drive by and take a picture of their hours on the door. Or maybe they've been updated online. I don't know. All right, so we successfully made our children nodes unselectable. Whenever they come into existence, they will not be capable of being resized. And then they want us to save the scene? Okay. So then let's... go right on back into Godot, and we're gonna hit Control S, and then this is just the directory that the project is in, and sure, we'll call it player.tscn. Something scene. Wonder what the T specifically stands for. I don't know. It's not that important. All right. Then they talk about the naming convention of things, which I don't think is super important. Essentially, I'm just going to copy naming conventions. If I'm told to follow a naming convention, I will follow it. If I'm trying to do something, I will mimic the naming conventions used in similar things. And if that doesn't work, we will try different naming conventions. And if that doesn't work, we will, we'll type help internet and we'll see who helps us. Okay, so don't think we're going to start with sprite animation, although we do need a sprite. So what can we do? Let's go back to open game art. And what do we need? We need like a character. Type the word character in. And this might help us figure out what kind of perspective we want. I think we're just gonna do like Stardew Valley. I would like to have the camera be rotatable, specifically in combat, but like, it'll be nice to have it rotatable outside of combat. And so, but I think in that position, it'll always be like, shoot, the Pokemon Tactical RPG, Pokemon Conquest. Sounds right. God, I played it for weeks. When you move the camera, the character sprites will move with you, but so it's like they're like magically rotating along with you, but they still have a back and a front. So if it's like if you rotate the camera once, it might follow you, or it might the character sprite would follow you. But then if you rotate again, the sprite will switch to like the back sprite, so that then you know if you're attacking from behind. I would like to get something like that set up, but it won't be important until we actually have combat going. Okay, we don't want medieval dudes. We want cool, like, sci-fi dudes. Is there a tag system? Honestly, let's just search sci-fi again, because that worked stupidly well. We have some fun creatures. Ooh, shit. Oh my god, the images are so small. So it looks like these aren't... Oh, they are animated. Okay, I was gonna say that they're not like a tile set. Okay, cute, but you're not animated for movement. You're kind of just still images. That's okay. That's okay. Oh, this is a very random time to think about it, but I should mention that this week I'm gonna have like an abbreviated sketch. I got friends coming, and oh, does the house need work? It might surprise you, but I am not a clean person. Well, our house is cluttered. Also, I need to fucking do some other adult things. People stole stuff from our air conditioner. I need to call the air conditioner people to figure out how to fix it. Okay, this is like the same thing. Okay. Oh my lord. There's a lot of assets. Ooh, a sci-fi soldier. Oh, bro, that's like way too nice. This is too many pixels, dude. It's too much. Okay, it's starting to look like maybe we're just gonna be a square that walks around, you know? Oh, this shit looks cool. pretty readable for being such low low pixel density. Oh, you're laughing at my use of Sketch. Yeah, shit. There's a... Oh god, there's some stupid popular TV show like 30 Rock or Parks and Recreation where somebody says that and they're intentionally made out to sound like a douchebag. I feel like spelling it like schedule shortened would look weird, like SCHEDGE. But but Teamworm, I feel like technically your first guess would be how you would spell it. But I hate that. Also, I'm intentionally using that word to sound stupid. Please don't think I sound cool. Please don't think I sound cool. If you think I sound cool, you're wrong. And if you think I sound cool, you're wrong. But anyway, the current plan is no Temetsi today. We're just gonna do this until 12. And then maybe tomorrow and the next day we'll do Minesweeper. I need to like plot out how much shit I have to do. And also figure out when the air conditioner people can come fix the air conditioner. Sci-fi tree. Shit, this is cool. Oh my god. It would be fun once I know how to make games to try and just do like a game jam game, but with only like pre-made assets. Oh wait, there was a person. Cool, okay. I think this will kind of work. We'll be a little short dude for a bit. Okay, who do we want to be? They all have either wings or this person has like a weird little head dongle. Okay, I think we might just be this guy. So now actually might be the time to watch that video about tile sets. Because what we could do is we can either download this and break it apart into 16 different pictures, or we can figure out how to use it as one big image, which it seems like what Godot can do with tile sets. Back in 2017, you were sending your class schedule to your mom and you were going to name the file that, and you had a crisis about how to spell it. That's pretty funny. I regularly have, I don't know if I would go so far as to describe it as a crisis, but I do regularly have like a bit of a circular logic trap of like how to spell silly slang like that. You like the gray face guy? All right, we could do the gray face guy. All right. So then let's, first of all, let's download the whole thing. Thank you. Thank you, internet, for being quick and efficient. We're gonna have to unzip that. That's fine, I'll do that right now. Extract to a separate folder. Thank you, thank you. And then we're gonna put that into our project folder. One moment. It's in Godot projects. It's called Scribe, and we're just gonna vomit that out right here. Okay. Now, let's check out the tile set thing. And then actually, yeah, I think this will be fine. It should be fine. Pause music.
So we click that. We can drag our image in and it will automatically be split into tiles. It's so smart, it even leaves the image is now called a tile atlas. We can delete it with this trash can. Pressing delete will ask to delete the whole tile map currently.
Okay, I'm sorry, that's so cool that it just automatically cuts everything into the tile pieces. Like, I guess that's obvious, but...
Now we can make a single large tile for the tree by deactivating the eraser and holding shift while dragging over the tree's tiles. We can also change tiles manually by clicking the cursor icon and then on the tile. Notice these little circles? You can use them to expand the tile.
Dude,
now let's map a little. Go to
this is so cool.
You can select select a bunch of tiles down here and just start mapping. We can paint tile by tile, hold shift to draw lines, and even hold shift and control to draw a rectangle. We can also switch between these tools with these buttons, or the keys D.
Holy shit.
Fill tool and a picker in the bar, or we press Ctrl to pick the tile. When we select multiple tiles by drawing a rect down in the lower window, or by pressing Shift, we can place many of these tile arrangements at once. We can also enable place random tile, so we get a random tile from our selection. If we enable scatter,
Oh my god.
no tile is placed. This is great to quickly decorate larger areas. To move tiles, draw a rect with the selection tool and then just drag the selected tiles. We now got the option to define patterns for tile combinations we frequently use. Just map it out, select it with the selection tool, and copy paste it into the patterns tab. We can now
Oh my god, this is so fucking cool. Holy shit. Okay, I think maybe we will just we will try to do this for the character. And if it doesn't work, we absolutely have to do this. What the fuck? This is so cool. Yeah, it like I knew there would be tools to work with tiles to make maps easily, but like this is fucking insane. It's so well thought out. I thought that was going to take me longer. But it's good. The as many things that can take as little time as possible is great, because like the actual coding of the game is going to be confusing as fuck for me. But yeah, this is fucking cool. So okay, so then specifically we okay, cool, it actually updated. Great. So I was going to say I can't see the things I just added, but now I can. Great. Oh my god, there's so many. The example showed like 4 things. Fuck. Okay, one second. I gotta hold on. Who are we doing? I think their name is Hagen. Oh my god, there's so many more characters. Somebody named Kayla. Okay, so we're just gonna do Hagen. All right. So crap. Back to the video. How did they actually bring it in as a tile set? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, we add a tile map to the scene. Okay. So then let's just experiment. So we're going to add a child node and we're going to type in the word tile and tile map comes up. Okay. All right. And then we need to add the tile set to the tile map, which I don't think we can just drag. No, we're not Kayla. We are doing Hagen. No, we can't just drag yet. Okay. Create or load a tileset resource in the tileset property in the inspector. Okay, so it doesn't specifically tell you to do that. So it's this new tileset. No, let's try. Let's see what happens if we do load. Oh, so the recognized formats are T-Res and Res, not a PNG. Okay. Let's go learn about that. Maybe that's easy to convert a PNG into one of those. Maybe not. Okay, I know what a tile map is, but I need to know about the format. So maybe shit. Maybe the T-Res format is something that it's going to make and that we can put an image into it and tell it this dimensions, and then it's going to make the tile set. Shit. Okay, let's watch the video a little bit more.
And add a tile set to the tile map. Here we can set the size of the individual tiles, 16 × 16 in our case.
Okay, yeah.
With the message, this tilemap's tileset has no source configured. Added the tileset.
Oh no, Mojito's yelling for me.
I searched up here first because.
One moment. Pam. Hi. Woo. All right. Birdie is in the nest. Okay, so
I think this is the tileset resource.
it's the thing that's down at the bottom, right?
All the way down here.
Okay, great. So then I think I understand. We need to make a tile set from an image. So we do in fact just want a new tile set. And then we want it to be square. Are we doing 16 by 16? I actually don't know. We need to go back. Reopen Firefox. Let's look at the thing we downloaded. Okay, we're not using any of these assets. We're not using these. We were specifically here. Okay. These look like they might only be 8 by 8. That could be a problem. Maybe not. Shoot. You know what? I'm just gonna like open one in Paint. That seems like the thing to do, right? Mojito, you're blocking the screen, girl. Oh my god, she just ate some of her snacks and then walked off after desperately yelling for my attention. Okay, so we're back in Godot projects and then scribe, and then I need to look at, okay, we need to look at both this sci-fi tile sheet and these fantasy characters, and we are doing Hagen. Okay, so let's see, I have Paint? I have a shortcut for Paint, but we have a new Paint window, so let's look at, here, let's look at that. And are you not gonna show up, Paint? Not cool? You're not being cool today? Dang. That is 16 tall? Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. Paint, why are you being not cool? What's your deal? Is there anything on top of you? Is Firefox on top of you? Firefox was on top of you. Okay, so what are the dimensions of these fucking weird tiles? They might be too big. Oh no. You think the sprite is 14 with a 1 pixel buffer on each side? Yeah, you're probably right. That sounds right. 8 seemed not enough. So yeah, now I think the problem is these are 32 by 32. Oh no. Let's find out. Actually, it's like kind of hard to tell where. Oh, you look like a nice square. Okay, sure. So like technically you would only have the edge on one of them. That would be so annoying to actually work that way. I would have to get used to it. It makes sense. It does make sense. Okay, these are 32 by 32. Oh, but they're so good. Do we try to deal with the weirdness of having 32 by 32 tiles and a 16 by 16 character? Maybe it's not that big of a deal. Oh, great. It opened the other paint window. Cool. So then we can also probably confirm in here. Hold on. Zoom in more. So like this entire section, damn, is actually quite large. So interesting. Each actual pixel in here is like 4 pixels by 4 pixels. That's a weird choice. Okay, let me confirm that. We can make this 1/4 the size without affecting anything. Yeah, it still is the same. Okay. So then what we could do is let's just cut them in half. Oh my god, what is half of 256? Like 128? That sounds like a computer number that comes up a bunch. There we go. Okay, so now what are your dimensions? Great. Close to 32 by 32. Okay, so then like a 32 by 32 square. Cool. We'll have a little bit of a buffer. A few pixels on the left and right, and then 1 on the top and the bottom. Which actually, it's actually 2 pixels since we're doubling the size of this. You remember doing something wacky like that when you made your demon crawl avatar? Yeah, I'm sure it's probably not. Like if you're just doing it for one thing, for like a single image, it probably doesn't matter if you're taking an image and then doubling its size so like it looks like it's an 16 by 16, but it's 32 by 32, you know, whatever. Okay. So that's done. Apparently I have another paint window open. Right, I was considering that we might need to storyboard. All right, so we have now technically a 32 by 32 sprite and some 32 by 32 tiles. Great. So then I guess we'll go back to Godot. And then we need a tile set. Oh my god, Mojito is yelling again. Why? She is inconsolable these days. All right, I'm gonna pick her up. I'm gonna put her on her bed, and then I'm gonna give her some attention. This will take but a moment. I don't know where the fuck she went. She came in the hallway, she yelled at me, disappeared. Huh. All right. Well, we'll deal with that if it comes up again. Okay, so we're just gonna try and drag this. Are you cool with that? The Atlas's texture was modified. Would you like to automatically create tiles in the Atlas? What does that mean? Oh my god, okay. Crazy Pants Head Mojito. Unhand my gun. Okay, Momo, is this okay? Is this okay? Why are you freaking out, girl? Yeah, sniff my water. Got all sorts of human germs on it, I bet. Okay. Do we want to automatically create tiles? I don't know if we want to automatically do it, but let's see what that does. So it looks like that's not what we want. She was right behind me in the hallway? Okay. Oh my god. I didn't see her. I checked all of the places the hallway leads. Office, bathroom, living room, bedroom. I didn't see no angry cat. Okay. This says 16 by 16. Is this What texture reg ... What is that short for? Could I know? Damn it. Whoa, what am I doing? How? I guess actually we could just turn these into larger tiles. The tutorial video showed us how to do that. So there was a way to select multiple tiles. Damn it. All right. Bring the video back.
It also says tileset and only is visible when we select the tile map on the top left. So we click that. We can drag our image in and it will automatically be split into tiles. It's so smart it even leaves empty tiles out. The image is now called a tile atlas. We can delete it with this trash can. Pressing delete will
Okay.
tile currently. To delete tiles, use the eraser. Now we can make a single large tile for the tree by deactivating the eraser and holding shift while dragging over the tree's tiles. We can also change tiles manually by clicking the cursor icon and then on the tile. Notice these little circles? You can use them to expand.
Okay. So then if we click on the cursor, then... Okay, so we click on the cursor, which is up here. Then we can click on this. And... but I can't expand you because there is another tile here. What if I click delete? Okay. So now let's see what happens. Okay. Now that would absolutely work. That seems like a lot of effort. Let's see, can I just delete? No, you can't like hold shift and delete an entire row. Oh my god, Mojito's ditching me again. This fucking cat. She doesn't want to hang out. What can we do for setup? That's where we started. Okay, I don't understand an effective way to do this quickly. And doing that for each one seems like a lot of work. But I guess here we are. It does kind of suck. It seems like this is this sprite is not the proper perspective. It would be nice to see more of the character's head. This is clearly a side view, like a 2D side scroller. But what we want is more of an isometric, it's like a top-down view, but not straight down, angled. Okay. What's going on in front of their face? Do they actually have like a face shield? Is that the idea? But it's weird. Maybe not. Maybe that's just some other line drawn. No, I don't know. That's too specific. What is that? I'm gonna not worry about it actually. Okay, so then we now have a tile set. But what we need to figure out is going to be going back to the tutorial. We want to do what they want us to do. No, this is creating a tile set. That's not the tutorial. This is the tutorial. I guess we want to make an animation. You really start with an animation like before you even do anything else? Like, yeah, I guess so. Okay. All right, so we're gonna click on the player node. We're gonna add an animated sprite 2D. Okay. That's fucking... Oh god, what if the tile map needs to be a child of the animated sprite 2D? We can always just duplicate it. Okay. Animated sprite 2D. All right. And then what do we do with that? Okay, we know it handles the appearance and animations for our player. Don't care about the warning symbol. We're going to fix that. Animated Sprite 2D requires a sprite frames resource, which is a list of the animations it can display. To create one, find the sprite frames property under the animation tab in the inspector. Okay, this is familiar. All right. Sprite frames property. Hold on. Find the sprite frames property under the animation tab in the inspector. Animation. Sprite frame property. Oh my gosh, Mojito. Hey. Oh, this freaking cat. Okay, let me click on empty and we're gonna make a new sprite frame thing. Okay, and then we click again and it'll open this up. Oh my god, this all like makes perfect sense. It's gonna take so long for me to remember it. It's like I'm so used to like unintuitive like toolbars and grids and things, and I feel like touch controls for phones have really pushed interfaces to be more intuitive. And like, oh, it's like unclear to me. Like, Crazy Pants and I play Genshin Impact, and when we're traveling, I'll play it on the phone because it's on mobile. It's a terrible experience, but you know, what am I gonna do? Not get limited resources for a week? No. And like to bring up your map, you don't like bring up a wheel and then choose map. You just tap the little mini map. It makes perfect sense. But for like 10 seconds, I was like, how do I open the map? How do I do that? And then I just thought like, oh, maybe you just tap the map, and that is indeed what you do. It all makes sense. But like I feel like a boomer. My boomer brain is like, well, why would I just click on things? Why isn't there a button that says what it does? Anyway. What the hell are we doing here? This is where we actually make our animation frames. Okay. On the left is a list of animations. Click the default one and rename it. Right. So what they did for their thing is left and right is walking. And then I believe there was like up. And then I swear later there was a down, but maybe it is just there was just an up and then walking for left and right. I swear there was more. I swear his little eyeball looked down when he went down. Maybe not. Okay. So then we have animations for up, down, left, and right. So then I think we'll just like name all of those. That seems sensible. Okay, so we can just rename you by clicking on you. You'll be up, and then we can add a new one. Rename you to down. New one. Rename you to left. I should have just made 3 new ones. And you to right. Okay. Okay. And now we need to figure out how to actually get our, okay. Cool. Add frames from sprite sheet. That's what we need to figure out, how to add frames from a sprite sheet. So can we just go into here? Ooh, one of the characters' names is Teros. Oh, that's the race of creatures with the wings. Ooh, like pterodactyl. I love a silent P is cool. Really, any letter that's silent that usually isn't is cool. Okay, so Hagen was our person. So let's see what happens. Do we... Oh my god, we just select the frames. Okay, so if we're walking up... No, not that one. This is walking up. Oh my god, dude. No fucking shit? Wow. Okay, now is this the order we actually want though? Mojito's back, hey girl. Oh my god, it's insane. This is part of what freaks me out about doing pixel art. Right now in my brain, I'm like, what does a person look like when they're walking? But what do they actually look like? I feel like I'm losing my mind trying to think about something like that. Because of course I know what they look like, but like I don't actually. Like from an artistic, like recreated perspective. I think this would be fine. Like your one foot's up, then both feet are down, then the other foot's up. If does this mean we should also have running animations where maybe we skip the feet being down in the middle? Your feet are near each other or one is ahead of the other and that alternates. Yeah, like crazy pants. Like I know that, but it's like God, how do I express it? It's like I know what you look like, but if I went to draw your face, I would probably at some point be like, what the fuck does your nose look like? Even though like I know what your nose looks like, but when you go to actually like process it in a different way, it's like all the information your brain has collected is actually not that helpful. It like doesn't work out right. But anyway, so yeah, I think for now we'll have a walking animation, and then we will need to come in and edit this and alter it for a running animation. You don't even know what your nose looks like? I probably don't know what my nose looks like either. From a recognize it standpoint, you probably do. But yeah, I bet if you went to draw it, you could probably get the same type of nose. Like the bridge of some people's nose comes out like much higher than other people's. I bet you could get that part of your nose right. But what the fuck do my nostrils look like, man? Like what does that even look like? How flared are they? I have no idea. Some people have little tiny noses with like no flared nostrils. Is that what I've got going on? Dard put out the second video of his speed efficiency guide, and you realized his sense of the board is so far beyond your own. You can't visualize on the level that he does. Has Dard been playing longer than you? I would assume that that's something that just builds up over time, right? And a brain that is more adapted or adaptable to playing Minesweeper would certainly learn faster, but... okay, so we're doing Hagen. Oh no. I just realized I have made a mistake. I opened the sprite sheet in Paint, and so now it has a white background because Paint is stupid and won't do a transparency layer. I can fix it really quickly, but I'm gonna have to fix it. Dart is faster, but you don't think he's been playing longer? You just said Dart is faster, but you don't think longer, and I feel like you're messing with me because Dard's name is Dardhong. But maybe you're not. Okay, so to fix this, what we have to do is open the sprite in a... Hold on, I'm just gonna hide my fucking desktop for a second. Okay, I'm gonna open a sprite, and then we're gonna open the Hagen thing in there. Okay. Here's my desktop now. Great. And then what we're gonna do is, boom, turn it back transparent, save it, and now we're good. So now, if we come back here, cool, it already changed. Dart has the same XP as you, but you've boosted XP equips before. Okay. And Dart has one equip and that's it. Hell yeah. Don't give a shit about equipment, gang. Represent. Oh, playing fast does get XP faster. Oh my god. Yeah, Teamworm, that seems like an impossible equation to solve. Now the whole conversation reads different to you? Yeah. Yeah. There's subtle layers when people bring in wiener jokes. There is nothing in this world as subtle as a wiener joke. Okay, so we fixed our problem. So now we can just hop back in and then to Hagen. And Hagen, what do you look like when you walk left? Probably like the we'll just, for consistency, we'll go left to right. Okay, that looks like a person walking left. Now right. Bro, this is so cool that it's this intuitive. Music, did you? No, okay, just go to the next track. Okay, all right. Sorry for questioning you. This one is up. Ah! What the fuck? Okay, and I realized for down I did the up one. If he's walking down, he's like down toward the screen. So how do I just cancel you? Okay, great. Hagen again. This is down so we can see their face. Okay, cool. In the future, I would like to have a very nice movement animation. I think like the player character is a thing you're gonna see probably literally the whole time you're playing the game. So having like a really nice looking run, a nice looking walk, some good little idle animations, I think is by far worth it. If you're gonna have any asset look good in your game, it would make sense to have it be the main character and their movement. And I think that really sells people on games early. If it's just nice to watch the game in motion, they'll give the game more time, whether they're watching a trailer or playing a demo. You know, whatever the fuck. Okay, so back to Firefox. So we now have our sprite animations. We need to lock them, tie them to our movements, but that'll be in a little bit, I think. The player images are a bit large for the game window. I don't think ours are. I think ours are fine. We're actually maybe even a bit small, but we'll figure that out. We can change the scale if we need to. Finally add a collision shape. Okay. So we need... I'm gonna have to just kind of play this by ear, because like I was saying before, we need a single collision shape, but we need two different things to happen when the player collides with different objects. If they collide with a pit, they need to like have their position reset. If they collide with a wall, they need to have their momentum, their velocity like halted. So I think we can just still follow along exactly for now. Okay, so we're gonna add a collision shape 2D. Add child mode. Collision shape 2D. Ooh, collision polygon. Would we need that? I think if we had a weirdly shaped character, it would make sense to actually draw a complex polygon for their collision. But honestly, I think just like a rectangle would be good enough. But that would be really interesting to change that, to make it like an actual polygon. Like, oh great, paint is already open. So like we could either have our character be represented with like a collision object like this, or maybe something like this, like with the idea that if there was something low to the ground, they could get like a pixel closer to it if their feet were interacting with it, because like maybe they're, I don't know, if they have like armor or something. Also their like arms would be up here, so their upper torso area would run into something before their feet might. But I don't think that's gonna be essential at all. So we're just gonna go with a regular ass collision shape. Yeah. And then hopefully we can just draw a like a rectangle. Yeah. Oh god, we're gonna have to zoom way the fuck in, bro. Oh lord. You might need to be we might need to double this guy's size or something. Okay. Maybe something no, I like I said before, I like a game that lets you kind of squeeze by. Like our bodies are slightly compressible, our clothing is slightly compressible. If there was like a pipe or something right at this guy's height, like you could squish under. Like, come on. Oh shit. Speaking of that, do I want to be able to crouch? I think maybe in some places contextual crouching would be good, but I don't think we need the ability to crouch. It would be pretty sweet though. But I don't think it would be wouldn't be vital to the tactical Pokemon exploration experience. Okay. All right, so we fit the shape. When you're finished, your player scene should look like this. It does, but we added that tile map. I thought we might have needed the tile map. I don't think we actually do. We'll just leave it there. Who cares? Shouldn't cause a problem, I hope. Okay. So let's just give our scene a little quick Control S. Let's head on to the next point. We're gonna code the player, baby. All right, we're gonna add player movement, animation, and set it up to detect collisions. Okay. Okay. We need to add functionality we can't get from a built-in node. We need to add a script. God, I think I commented this on before. It's so crazy that for the most basic game, they're not able to rely on all built-in functions. I would think that would be evidence that there should be some more built-in functions. Like my thoughts would be, their goal would be that the most basic kind of game could be made with all built-in functions. But you know, I didn't make this thing. I don't know shit. So it sounds reasonable. Like if somebody tells you that the homeless people they're homeless because they just don't want to have a job. That's all. That's the problem. They're the problem. That got a little political. Let's walk that back. Everybody deserves a home. Okay, now I'm done. In the script settings window, you can leave the default settings alone. Just click create. Okay, right. So we're going to make a script and it's going to be a default script. Maybe let's just make sure we have player selected. That might matter. Actually, hold on. Let's figure that out. Like if I went to make a script on the collision shape 2D zone, is it gonna be like okay, it will make a specific script focusing only on the collision shape. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if you had a very complicated moving thing, maybe you would need a script to constantly be changing its collision shape. Like if it's like a weird like spider thing that walks. and the player can like walk under or around it. It's cool. It's a cool idea. I've been playing a lot of the Beat Half-Life Alyx, the VR Half-Life game, and they do a great job of the feeling of the puzzles in that game are incredibly immersive. The way that you're like moving around machinery and equipment that feels like it just exists in the world for other purposes, and you're like trying to just get through the area, and so you have to use cranes and other things to position things or to activate things. It feels so immersive. It's so fucking cool. Oh my god, the game's so good. Fuck. All right, we made our default script. In the script settings window, leave the default settings alone. Just click create. We're not creating in C#. Please read scripting languages. No, thank you. Although, you know what? I am going to open that for later because I do need to open that. And also, let's close all these things. Okay. Right, so we start with extends area 2D. Using the export keyword on the first variable speed allows us to set its value in the inspector. Right, because you're making it a variable by, or I guess you're exporting the variable. It's already a variable by writing VAR, by defining it as a VAR, but exporting it lets us control it in the inspector. Okay. Oh my god, this is like shit I should take notes on. This can be handy for values you want to be able to adjust. That we definitely want to adjust our speed. Okay. So we're just gonna fucking add this in. Oh, they're so unclear about this. It was so nice. For certain parts of the tutorial, they're like, here's what your shit should look like now that you've done all this. Okay. You need to come back. And then... No, I think that's it. Okay. Unexpected extends in class body. Interesting. Let's get rid of that then. Ah. We're supposed to replace this. Okay. Duh. There we go. Great. Now it's not mad at me anymore. Lovely. I just realized a computer software being mad at me makes me feel like a baby or a pet being mad at me and like needing something, and then I just like don't know what to give it, and I feel bad. It feels good to solve that issue. I have soothed my Godot software. Okay, so what are we doing? We added in the ability to control our player's speed. And we should be able to see it in the script variables, which above my head over here, we can in fact see our speed. Lovely. 400 might be a bit much. Remember, we are just making a walking speed at this moment in time. Okay. Your player.gd script should already contain a ready and a process function. It does indeed. It defaults to having those. If you didn't select the default template shown above, create these functions while following the lesson. Oh, that's nice. The ready function is called when a node enters the scene tree, which is a good time to find the size of the game window. Interesting. Wouldn't you just always... I feel like you would just always want to know the size of your window, but okay. Okay, so we're just going to quickly change function ready to that code that they mentioned. Cool. Now we're going to use process to define what the player will do. Process is called every frame, so we'll use it to update elements of our game, which we expect to change often. For the player, we need to do the following. Check for input, move in the given direction, play the appropriate animation. Okay, so then this might be the place where I would, Mojito, my chair's squeaky. What do you want from me? It's a squeaky chair. It's the same squeaky chair you have sat next to for aeons. We're gonna have to add in the ability to, reposition our character if they fall into a pit. So, oh my god, Teamworm, I didn't see your comment. Babies are really buggy. Yeah. It's like they come with like alpha software. They need some self-created software updates, you know? It takes time. Okay. Another thing to think about is that we have 4 directions, but honestly, I want the player to be able to move at a diagonal. So I think maybe next week we'll do a like a player sprite, and it'll need to have not just left, right, up, and down, but up, left, diagonal, up, right, diagonal, down, right, diagonal, down, left, diagonal movement. Like sprites. Yeah, definitely. Okay. I mean, I guess Pokemon works without going diagonals, but it's very annoying. Okay, so then we need to go to project settings and then input map. All right. Teach babies coding. Learn to code, baby. You stupid piece of shit, learn to code. I saw a funny tweet that was, the first half of it was like intentionally, like inflammatory sounding. It had like a bunch of emojis of different races and genders. And it was like, can you find the freeloaders? And then the second half of the message was like, no, you can't because they're right here. And then it's the below that was emojis of like babies in all, like a little baby emoji in every different race. And then the tweet finished with like babies are like, they literally contribute nothing and are just like leeches on society or something. It was fucking funny. Okay, so we're looking for controls, which is input mapping. That's up here. Okay. And so now, time to add some things in. Gotta make sure we spell these right. Okay, so we're just gonna add a new action. Hey, I typed underscore, motherfucker. Move left. Excuse you? Brain? All right. Right, left, up, down. That's a weird order. People say left and right more often than they say right and left, I feel like. Anyway. Babies contribute cuteness. They do. They do. They are adorable little dumbasses. And also an avenue for our influence, fortunately or unfortunately. Oh, dear God. Ooh. Yeah, like that does clearly have value for like survival in society or whatever, but man, that is a creepy thought. That damn, there was some guy who wanted to prove that like anybody could be a chess expert, so he just like forced his kids to be chess experts, and they're both like amazing at chess, but like also I don't know, maybe fuck you, dude. Maybe he didn't force them. Maybe his thought was like, I'll teach them chess and they'll love it because they're good at it and they'll keep playing it. But like the Wikipedia explanation was totally like, he fucking decided they were going to be good at chess, whether they liked it or not. And that's kind of horrifying. Okay, so now the thing that we do is we click on plus to actually add a keystroke. So for now, oh, you know what? While we're here, yeah, we'll do the controller as well. So first we'll just go through real quick, and we'll do all the directions. Oh shit! Do I want to move with WASD? Probably. Okay. We'll just do them all. Like, why not? Why not reward experimentation, reward people for how they want to play, or at least allow them to play how they want. Maybe he was just extremely passionate and encouraging and they were receptive. Yeah. Like, especially, I believe he was like a chess grandmaster or something. If he really did force them to learn and get good, F that guy, yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, having a kid seems like so much fucking work, but it seems like so much fun to just like pop out a thing made from half you and half someone else and just watch it turn into a person and be like, what the fuck are you gonna do? What are you gonna like? What? I don't know. What are you gonna do with your whole fucking life? You gonna do art? Are you gonna like games? You probably like games. It's hard to not like games. Games are fucking sweet. But, you know, all that stuff comes with a bunch of responsibility. It'd be so hard to show a kid like, all right, kid, today you're gonna learn what Dr. Pepper is. And then to have them be like, okay, I want that like every fucking day. And then you have to be like, okay, but like, maybe you can't. Fuck, sorry I showed you this amazing thing when you don't have the willpower to understand. You can't just drink it all the time. Fuck. And, you know, like, I'm a fucking adult and I struggle with, not Dr. Pepper specifically, but other things. Okay, so the controller is plugged in, so boom. All right. Just nice and slow. Nobody's in a rush here. Now, one thing I want to try. Ooh, you can just use the joystick. Cool. Oh shit. Song is good. Oh my god. Left stick up. Left stick down. Other things, but also Dr. Pepper specifically. Hey man, I typically only drink Diet Dr. Pepper, and I only drink like one every so often. Sodas are too sugary. I like the taste of Dr. Pepper, regular Dr. Pepper better, but like the sugar just fucking like weighs on my stomach and I feel gross. So I drink Diet Dr. Pepper. And for some reason, it's like, I don't want to just keep drinking that. It's like so sweet. It like, after a can of Diet Dr. Pepper, I'm like, all right, I'm done here. Okay, so we added in all the assignments. And then we entered in the correct fields. Okay, we did all of the other different movements. Yeah, our input tab is way more complicated than that, buddy. Okay. So the thing that I don't specifically remember is how we connect. We have the animations for when we're doing things. Oh, right. No, it's as long as we... As long as the names are consistent. So I believe as long as move right is exactly the same here as it is here? Shit. Does this need to be called move underscore right for that command to activate it? The animation? Hold on. Hold the fuck on. Right. Right. This is one of the 2 songs that we are not keeping on the playlist. I removed the other one. Forgot to actually remove that one. Oh, but I'm going to save my playlist. All right. Okay, so I believe in here they didn't name them exactly the same. Right, if we go all the way back up to where they did animations. Oh my god, it's the previous section. Yeah, they just have up and walk. Because they're gonna play walk when moving like left or right or down. Okay. So then we're just going to accept that they are going to tie them in at some point, and we will tie them in at that point as well. And like they didn't do it up here. Interesting. Okay, all right. Oh, it's this. Okay. You can detect whether a key is pressed by using input is action pressed, which returns true if it's pressed or false if it isn't. Okay. So then we're gonna need a much bigger version of this? No, we don't, because we added in a bunch of different controls that will all activate one of these. And then the result will be a velocity. Okay. We're absolutely gonna have to fucking tweak this shit to work on our map. Maybe not, that would be funny if we were like the perfect speed. Okay, so we're gonna add all of this in place of the function process delta. Okay. All right. Crazy Pants, what did you boo hiss about? Sorry, I'm getting lost in the sauce over here. Okay, we just replace this with all of that. Oh, that shitty song. Well, it's nice to know you're a hater too. There is a time and a place for hip hop, and it is not on my Minecraft album called Vibecraft. Maybe that's not true. Maybe somebody could do a hip hop song that I would be like, cool. But like there's like no talking in Minecraft. Oh my god, a hip hop song that uses like the villager like noises would be fun. Okay. So after we add all of this in, we can move the character. Wonder if that's worth testing out right now. Maybe in a moment. All right. Start by setting velocity to 0 by default. The player should not be moving. Yeah. Then we check each input and add/subtract from the velocity to obtain a total direction. For example, if you hold right and down at the same time, the resulting velocity vector will be 1, 1. Sure. In this case, since we're adding a horizontal and vertical movement, the player would move faster diagonally than if it just moved horizontally. And then, of course, because of math, you can normalize that distance, set its length to 1. Multiply by the desired speed, and then no more fast diagonal movement. Yep. If you've never used vector math before or need a refresher, oh my god. Yeah, that would be annoying to not have a good background in mathematics. My god, I could use a better background in speaking. To not be able to understand things like that would just be fucking annoying. But I'm sure that's going to happen to me with coding stuff. I'm sure there's coding things I could have already understood better if I actually had a background in that. Okay. We also check whether the player is moving, so we can call play or stop on the right. Okay. Okay. So if the player is moving, then there's animation. If the player is not moving, there is not animation. That's going to be a little bit weird for us. It'd be nice if we could set the animated sprite to always stop on certain frames, because we would want to stop on the frames where like both feet are on the ground, or like, yeah, where both feet are in a neutral position. So like this would be no bueno. Like nobody would stand like that. And then same with this, like nobody would stand like this, they would stand like this. So that would be a good thing to figure out how to do. And it would be as simple as just playing the next animation. Like if the player stopped like this without them moving, just animate switching to this one. Their foot would just appear down and it'd be fine. It seems very simple. The other thing I need to think about is I want the game to start with the player like coming out of some kind of like sleep pod thing. It will intentionally be vague, but they will be like on the ground. So the first thing I want to have happen is you press a direction button and like stand up. So we're gonna need an animation for that too. And I'm gonna have to figure out how to have the game start in a unique state that it will never again enter, which is that the player starts like asleep on the ground. Although actually, no, that's not true, because if you can sleep at inns or out in the wilderness, then that will be a time to reuse that control scheme. Pressing any direction button gets you up, and then once the standing up animation has finished, then you can move around in any direction you want. All right, just things to consider. Things to consider for the future. Okay, so we don't really need to read these tips until we actually have a specific question about it. Right, using clamp to prevent it from leaving the screen. So this is an interesting thing to think about. The way that the game is going to be set up in Pokemon, most of the time, the camera follows the character like exactly. Like the character stays in the middle. Unless the character is like in a cave or a building, then the character can leave the middle of the screen. Because the camera like doesn't need to go out into nothingness like the way that the building is represented. The bottom edge of a building, beyond that is just blackness, so like the camera doesn't need to stay centered. I guess it could. I would like the camera to kind of lazily follow the character. So like I shouldn't have closed paint. Shouldn't have, but I did. Yeah, we'll just use desktop, whatever. Nope, other way. Close Firefox. So like, if this is what the player can see, and then, you know, there's area of the map all around that they can't see, the player stays in the middle, and then I want them to be able to move, move a little bit without the camera moving. But then once they get like to here, then the camera will slowly start to, to drift that way. And it will just gently, it'll ease into a new centered position and then stop there. So that way it's a little bit, a little bit gentler. Godot has that by default. Oh shit, cool, dude. Sweet. Thanks for the info. Yeah, I definitely need to poke around at all the different settings and things, because I think like 90% of what I'm going to want, they're going to have already done. And if Godot doesn't have it by default, I would imagine somebody has made some kind of script or a little tutorial that I can follow to figure it out. And I'm sure there's going to be a few small things I want to do that nobody will have done, and I'll either have to figure it out on my own or not do it because I don't have enough coding knowledge to actually do it. But anyway, welcome in, Jackal Gamer? Not Jekyll, Jackal. All right, cool. Thanks for hanging out. So right now we're trying to figure out how to just simply animate walking, and going back through I did the whole Godot make your first 2D game tutorial. I can also simplify all those if statements. Oh my god. Okay, let me make a note about that. I'm just gonna, oh my god, ad block, go away. So I make notes of things by just Google searching them. Usually my web browser isn't visible, so nobody knows that I'm doing that. I'm essentially just copying and modifying things from this tutorial, and my ability to do that and make progress is going to run out pretty quickly. So yeah, thank you for the tip. I will look up how to do that. I have very little coding knowledge, so everything being as simple as possible and as straightforward as possible, I think will be very important for me. And I'm willing to spend the time to make things that way, because this is going to be a very long process. Okay, so back to the actual tutorial. I don't know if I need to use the clamp feature to prevent the character from leaving the screen, because there will always be like walls. If you're inside, there's going to be a wall, and the wall will prevent the character from leaving the screen. Or if you're outside, the camera is going to follow the character, and so the character will never be able to leave the screen either. Variable inputs. Just add your inputs in the argument, and then you can do velocity equals input times speed times delta. And then you'll move an alter. Okay, so you can have essentially like one line of code, or like one section of code where this default thing has 4 different sections. Okay, I think I understand that. And that will be it'll be a fun little puzzle to try and figure out how to, I'll like save the project and then try restructuring the velocity vector section the way you suggested and see if it works out. I bet it's gonna take me a few tries to figure out the structure. But yeah, that's a good idea. So I think for now I might skip the clamping thing, since the vector's already normalized. I won't need to do it. Interesting. It's not normalized. Maybe I thought it was normalized as part of this. Velocity dot normalized times speed. Okay, cool. Yeah, it is. That's just a kind of velocity. That's so nice. Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel like the best part about doing this is going to be, and so far is, needing to do something, and Godot has just already done it for me. It's so fucking cool. So I think for now we skip the clamping. It does mean we're going to have to figure out how to make the camera move and figure out how to make walls that you collide with. I think we're going to start with walls. It also might be a good idea to actually have the clamping in just in case. Like, what if I forgot to make a wall have collision and a player could just walk through it? I probably wouldn't want them to just be able to walk wherever they wanted. I don't know if clamping them and limiting them to the screen would actually help, though. Okay, we're still going to skip it. Just add a camera to the player node and the camera works automatically. I love that word. Cool. Okay. We will try that soon. I think first we're going to get the first room with walls working, and then we will add in the camera. And then we'll add in extra rooms. And then we get to the point where I got to figure out how to code a puzzle. And that I feel like is going to take hours. The idea I have in mind for the puzzle is very simple. It's like if you dash over a certain square of the ground, you will change the state of a circuit. And you need to change the state of multiple circuits in a short period. And if you don't, they reset and the door stays locked. If you do them all quickly, the door will open. And that's it. It's simple to explain, but I think it's going to take me forever to code. Oh shit, right. And then they want me to do play scene to confirm that it works. Okay, I think we should do that. Because I feel like I didn't understand this before, and I think I still don't. Hold on, let's make sure we'll select the player node. I still don't understand. Okay. We're back. OBS just fucking crashed on me. It just fucking disappeared. Holy shit. Yes, I was just laughing to myself. So, first the tutorial didn't work. Well, sorry. We missed something. We missed whatever connects the actual movement to the character. So we had animation, but no movement. And then my whole right monitor, which is just OBS, just disappears and shows my fucking wallpaper. OBS was like, nah, dude, I'm done. I'm tired. I need another day off, bro. Anyway, so it looks like we're back. Okay, so I'm gonna rerun this and just reconfirm that in fact we have animations, but it looks like only left and right do a walking animation. Oh, down also does a walking animation. Okay, so does up. Okay, but the character is not actually changing their orientation. Okay. So clearly we have some shit to fix. Hey, I'm now live. Woo! Okay, so what did we do wrong? Because clearly he should move. So I think the first thing to do is we should actually copy the clamping thing. It might actually matter. Add the following to the bottom of the process function. Make sure it's not indented. Oh, the error corrector will make sure of that. Okay, so under the process area. That down below. Yep. Okay, just add that in. Make sure it's not indented under else. So like that, but then we do need it to be indented once. Yes? To be part of the function? Yes. Okay. Okay. Just not beyond that. So Now that we did that, let's see what happens. Okay, so for some reason, that is necessary. I don't understand why. According to the tutorial, the goal with clamping was to prevent the player from leaving the edge of the screen, which is true. We are unable to do that. But if that was all it did, then it would have worked. It would have just fucking worked a second ago. We just would have been able to leave the screen, which would have been a really bad experience, but it still should have functioned. So clearly it does more than just that. But that's okay. That's fine. I'm used to tutorials lying to me. I play video games. So the clamping part isn't needed, but the position plus velocity, the other line is. Oh my god. That could be more clearly conveyed. Okay, so now the problem that we have is that we're not using all of our animated sprites, right? We're not actually using... I think we're only using down. We don't actually have left, right, or up functioning. So, how did we actually connect those things? I did not clearly understand this when we did it for the actual tutorial. I guess actually maybe let's look through the code. I think I need practice looking through the code to see what is connected to what. That tutorial was written back when 3.0 came out years ago, so it's a bit dated but still valid. Yeah, there's a few sections of it that say like, hey, warning, this is not updated for 4.0. But most of the sections say like, this has been updated for, I think actually it's like 4.2? Yeah, this page is up to date for Godot 4.2. If you still find outdated information, please open an issue. Oh shit, okay, they actually want me to help. I don't know about that. Maybe I'll be like, hey, it'd be nice if you'd be a little more clear about the clamping situation. Okay, so if we look through here, this I think I understand as it's just moving the character, not deciding what to animate. It's just moving the character at a specific velocity when I'm pressing this button. And I specifically typed in the name of that command and connected it to pressing right on the arrow key, pressing right on the arrows, pressing the right arrow key, pressing what? D, pressing the D button, also pressing right on the stick of the controller, and also pressing right on the D-pad of the controller. But what I don't fully understand, it's probably not in this script section, is how we connect the animation frames to a given movement. Right, and that section is what you were saying could be simplified. Yeah, for sure. I think the important thing is for me to understand how things fit together at this moment. So, we're just using this. So Jackal, you're saying that if I added that, if I add that to the code, okay. So the line you just pasted will play any specific animation. But then if it's empty, it'll play the default animation that's chosen in the bottom panel. Okay. how do I actually see which one is default? Because then I would assume down is default since that's all we're seeing. The third icon in the bottom panel determines the default animation. Oh no, there's so many spots for icons. I would guess this because this is from the top left. Autoplay on load, interesting. So let's just experiment because like this is all about learning. So I'm gonna set autoplay to be right. And so then let's see if we load this up. Is this fucker like just looking right now? He is. Okay, great. I understand a thing. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, we don't want you to be the default thing. I guess we'll have down being default. That's a fine start. You can do play up and it will play the up animation. So then let's see. Where would we put that? It's going to be like in this section. And I guess this one's going to be right. So we have it named right with no caps. So yeah, let me copy that line that you mentioned. And so this is part of the if statement. So it should be embedded in there. And then let's try just saying play right. And so we'll just test with this. Now we should default to our character will be looking down, but when we press right, it should play the right animation. Let's try it out. Oh my god. Sweet. Sweet. Jackal, you have been a great help. Is there, Jackal, are you aware of any kind of resource that just has... Thank you, Crazy Pants. That just has like a giant table that explains these simple, I don't know, functions, commands, lines of code that just has type this and then explains what that would do? I need like an enormous document of that. They're called strings. All right, Crazy Pants. Okay. Control click the play. What happens if I do that? That just starts it. Oh, they have a built-in help file. Shit. Okay. Actually, I can probably just click help, right? Ooh, okay. Okay. So then let's... The function play on animation. Oh no. Click on like control. Oh my god. Okay, so like control click that. Cool. Okay. That gives me information once I already have it written down. But what if I didn't know? Shoot. How do I get out of here? There we go. What if I didn't know to do this? I want like I guess I should just search like the help. Like what if we just type like animation? Okay, so I can get a list of functions, strings, and then I can probably look at each of these to figure out what they do. I'm just trying to plan for the future where there aren't helpful people in chat to help me figure things out. I think that will help me. Also, probably a Google search. It's been pretty easy to just find things. Everything was just named right, left, down, and up, I think. Hold on. Type node names to get info on the class. Okay, sure, like I can get information about animated sprite 2D or collision shape 2D. And then you can find all things for that node. Okay. Yeah, that's good information. The last thing we're doing is up. All right, let's save. Let's see if I typed everything correctly. You go right, you go left, you go up. Oh my God. Does it look? It looks a little jittery. Does that kind of comes through on the stream? It looks jitterier on my end, but it still does look a little jittery. Wonder what we could do. Honestly, he's walking a bit fast, so we could slow him down. That was a specific thing in the player section. We can just lower speed. Godot docs are a more in-depth help file. Yeah, I noticed there's in the help section, you can just open, not only you can search help, you can open online documentation, you can go to a question and answers section, and also a community section. I feel like they've done a good job like giving me the resources, but it almost feels like an overload. Okay, so let's try half the speed. Let's see how he feels at half the speed. Okay, a little bit more like a walk. It is still kind of jittery. It like almost looks like ghost imaging or something in like a racing game at high frame rates on like a shitty monitor. Oof. Okay. I think 200 is a good speed. So what else can we mess with? Okay, this might be something I'm gonna make a note to something to look up after the stream. I want to be mostly productive, and then you know, it's hard to know for things like this if a Google search is gonna take 5 minutes or 30 minutes. How many stills is he currently made of? Well, technically at any given time, his movement is cycling between 4 of them. And you do somewhere, there's an FPS counter. Yeah, 5 FPS. So, we could up it to 60 FPS, but then his feet are gonna move crazy fast. I think that means they're gonna show 60 animations per second. You can also try changing the rendering. Top right forward plus to compatibility. Okay. And the options are OpenGL versus Vulkan. I only vaguely know what those are from messing with Switch emulator settings. Okay, so actually first I want to try not 60. Let's up it to 10. And I think this is not going to achieve what I want. I think it's just going to make his feet move faster, but he's still going to be jittery. Yeah, I mean the actual switching between sprites seems okay. But yeah, let's try a different rendering. Okay. In the top right. Vulkan is more demanding than compatibility mode. That would make sense. And then compatibility mode, I would assume, is less demanding because the goal is for it to work on older devices. And you can't tell his feet are doing anything. That might be because of the background color as well. Okay, it's under the X. Oh boy. Okay. The drop down. left and the top right. It's a drop down menu. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. The close button? Oh my god, I feel so clueless right now. It wouldn't be in the inspector, right? Oh my god, it's literally the forward plus thing, like all the way. Yeah, okay. Yep. So right now we're on forward plus. The other option is mobile or compatibility. Right. We can try mobile. Okay, no, we'd have to restart. So I think forward was the one that was like the most, is the one that used Vulkan, that was the most demanding. It was the thing I chose when I started. And it was saying like simple scenes don't load as well, but complex scenes load. Sorry, simple scenes don't load really fast, but complex scenes will load quite fast. And then mobile, it was like, okay, simple scenes load very fast, but complex scenes do not. And this is useful for making games on PC or on mobile platforms. Forward plus is only for PC. Oh, for 2D, it's not going to matter. That's a good point. We aren't necessarily utilizing 3D processing. There might be things in the future that actually would be useful to do that with, but I don't think so. And if we try compatibility, we'd have to restart. Okay, all right. I don't know if that's worth worrying about yet. I think I'll come back to that after the stream. When I have some free time later, I'll do some research tonight. But what I do want to do is get the map done. I've got like an hour. I want a room. I want a room to start in. It's not going to be a great room, but I want a room. Okay, so then let's go back. So I think we've done everything for coding the player. Let's scroll through here. So we had the problem because we didn't add the clamping code, because the clamping code actually had the change position code. Okay. Oh crap. It actually does have a section about choosing the animations. That's such a weird order to explain it in. Okay, that's my fault though. I should have looked ahead. Okay, we have played the scene again to check that all the animations are correct. Oh my god, this is so fucking funny. I absolutely did exactly what they said. I am the reason this tip exists. When you're sure the movement is working correctly, add this line to ready, so the player will be hidden when the game starts. No, I don't care about that. All right, preparing for collisions. We want player to detect when it's hit by an enemy. We want ours to detect when we're walking over a void, which you could kind of just consider an enemy that doesn't move, like a pit. And we also want to detect when we walk into a wall. So I think we can adapt this pretty well. It restarts in 3 seconds. I know, it's okay though. I feel like I'm getting sidetracked trying to like perfect or like micromanage little things about this, and what I really want is to get things functional as early as possible. And then I can mess with little things like that I know less about off stream and come back with a solution. And I feel like on the off chance that somebody is following this, like co-working, like if they're going to make a similar game and they want to watch me fumble through everything, that'll be better for them. It'll be better to spend my time this way. Okay, so what we want to do is set up the signal. And I think we'll be able to essentially just use that one signal to decide whether the player is on space that doesn't interact with the signal, or if it's on a space that tells the player, hey, you need to be teleported back because you fell down a hole, or if the player is going to be on a space that's like, hey, you can't walk anymore to the left because this is a wall. Okay, add the following at the top of the script. If you're using GD script, which we are, add it after extends area 2D. Okay. Right, because we're just adding in the hit signal. Okay. So we just add this after extends 2D. Sure. So now we should have the hit signal. Okay. And then we have to actually tweak it. This defines a custom signal called a hit that we will have our player emit. Oh my god, they define emit. That's nice, I suppose. When it collides with an enemy. We will use area 2D to detect the collision. Select the player node and click the node tab next to the inspector tab. See the list of signals the player can emit. Okay. So we just come up here. Click that. And then we have a hit. Sweet. Okay. Notice our custom hit signal is there. It is. Since our enemies are going to be rigid body 2D nodes, we want the body entered body node 2D signal. Okay, so then thinking about this, I'm trying to adapt this idea not to enemies, but to environmental maneuvering. So maybe this means that the anything that interacts with a player, like walls or pits, should be their own like scenes, the way that enemies are their own scenes in this tutorial. And then the regular like floor that you can just walk on is just going to be like a background image rather than its own scene. Maybe that's a bad idea. But I think like conceptually for now that will function. So I think we'll do it like that. Okay, so we need to click connect and connect a signal, and the connect a signal window will appear. Okay, like I can just right click you, choose connect. Okay. Godot will create a function with that exact name directly in script for you. You don't need to change the default settings. Okay. Okay. Oh, shoot. Wait, no, I don't connect it on that. It's down here. It's the body entered 2D thing. Let's just make sure. Since our enemies are going to be rigid body 2D nodes, we want the body entered body node 2D signal. Okay. Great. That is what that is. I think maybe we should look at other signals just in case something is more effective. Or at least for walls. This is absolutely what we want for walking into a pit. So like once you're over the pit, you have entered the body of the pit. But then I need to make sure to make the body appropriately sized. You shouldn't, if you put like a toe, just like one little toe over the edge, you shouldn't immediately fall into a pit. Okay, but that's fine. That's what we're gonna do for now. So we connect, and then we just leave it as default, I believe is what it said. Signal will be emitted when a body contacts the player. Click connect, and the connect a signal window appears. Godot will create a function with that exact name directly in script for you. You don't need to change the default settings now. Okay, we do not. Sweet. Okay. So we now have a function that we need to do some stuff with. Okay. A warning about using an external text editor. We are not. Note the green icon indicating that a signal is connected to this function. Indeed, indeed. This does not mean the function exists, only that the signal will attempt to connect to a function with that name. All right. Next, add this code to the function. Okay. So this is the thing that happens when we enter another body. So we're going to take that and we're adding it to this. I don't know if we still need pass. So you know what? I think what we're going to do... that. Did it get... Okay, this is supposed to be like that? Yeah. There we go. Okay. Hopefully at some point I'll figure out how to, like I always need to backspace. I accidentally have something like this where it's indented too much or not indented enough. I assume eventually I will just intuit where to put my mouse, whether I need to tab or not. To prevent having to fix that every time. Okay, so now we don't really want the player to disappear after being hit. Although, for pits we do. So let's come back to this, because for now I want to try and make this function for walls, to figure out if this is the right function to use for a wall. Because what I'm thinking is that really we don't actually want to enter the body of a wall. If there's a pit and you're looking top down, like you've entered the section where the pit is before you interact with it. But for a wall, it's kind of like you want to be stopped at the edge of it. But I honestly think it'll be okay if we have like a 1 pixel buffer. So that whatever the size of the wall is, we go out 1 extra pixel, and that is like, okay, you've collided with me. You can't go more in that direction. Okay. Interesting. And then there's something about the collision shape. All right. So we'll have to actually test this out. And I think, oh my God, I only have like fucking 30 minutes left, bro. God damn it. Okay. Okay. 3 hours just fucking flies by. Then hopefully by the end of next session, we will have a wall set up and a pit set up, and we'll be falling in the pits and getting reset and running into walls and getting stopped. And then probably like a health system. Probably need to get a HUD up, then get the health system going, since the health system will be shown on the HUD. Okay. That's probably like 2 more fucking streams. Okay. Okay, so more reading. Each time an enemy hits the player, the signal is going to be emitted. Perfect. We need to disable the player's collision so we don't trigger the hit signal more than once. Right, because this game essentially resets when you get hit. But that's not what we want. So for a wall, we probably don't really mind if the signal goes out more than once. Because the whole point of the wall is just like, just don't fucking let them walk into me. You can't walk into me, player. So I think that'll be okay to not change this, but let's read about it so we understand what will be changed. Disabling the area's collision shape can cause an error if it happens in the middle of the engine's collision processing. Right, that's why it uses set deferred. It tells Godot to wait to disable the shape until it's safe to do so. The last piece is to add a function we can call to reset the player when starting a new game. Okay. So we are going to need a function that we can use to reset the player's position when they fall in a pit. But that will be for the future. So, okay. All right, now we're going to create the enemy, which is actually just us creating a wall. Let me go down in the other corner. Whoa, cam swap. Don't tell me you did something when you didn't do something. Fucking stupid button. Okay. I'm gonna create a mob scene, which we can then instance to create any number of mobs in the game. Okay, that's still applicable for our walls. I think this might be a dumb way to make walls. Like, every wall in the game is gonna be its own scene. I don't think that's necessarily smart. Maybe that's not that bad though, because then if we can just, what I was thinking is if you had one scene with all the walls in an area, that would actually be really annoying because you'd have to go in and like set the unique collision shape for each wall. But if I do it like this, if I make them instances I just make a copy of, it should be fine. Because then the collision will already be set. I can just like copy, paste it, rotate it, whatever. Because like a place is going to be made of walls that are facing one of 4 directions. All right. So let's make a new scene. I should take lessons from the jank of games like Super Mario 64 and give the player negative velocity so they can build up speed 10 hours and wind up in a parallel universe. I have been thinking not about that exactly, but about how to make my game fun for speedrunning. And I think part of it is moment-to-moment movement should be fun. And I really like the way that Celeste and the game that Maddie made before that, Towerfall, have a thing called dash canceling, where you can, essentially in the game you can dash and you can jump. But if you dash and jump in just the right combination, you like fucking yeet yourself like a rocket. It's fucking crazy. Now, if trying to put things like that into my game leads to some weird bullshit like that Super Mario 64 stuff, and it doesn't impact the regular player's experience, it's absolutely staying in. Anything like that that can be fun for speedrunners, I think is so fucking cool and should absolutely be kept. The Hollow Knight devs, Team Cherry specifically, intentionally left things in. You could get to spots they didn't want you to get to by like bouncing off of enemies or doing certain things in certain ways, and they were just like, nah, it's fine. But just leave it in there. That's a little extra thing for you. The average player will be like, oh, I can't make that jump until I go get that clawed wall climb thing. But like, actually, you can if you're a crazy speedrunner or just somebody who likes to fuck with things and won't take no for an answer. That's the fun of games. All right, so we're making a new scene. Damn, I want to play Super Mario 64. They figured out how to like natively port it to the PC, and it runs so good on PC. Salt and Sanctuary left a long jump in, and you can sequence break with it. Cool. Yeah, that's the kind of shit I'm talking about for Hollow Knight. I got Salt and Sanctuary for free on the Epic Game Store, and I want to play it. It has good reviews. Something about the art is like strange and off-putting to me. And too many games to play. Maybe we'll play it on stream soon. Although I think Elden Ring is going to be taking up my like action game slot for quite a while. Okay, so we make a new scene up here. No, that adds a child node. How do we make a new scene? What is the right way to actually make a new scene? Do you go to scene and then you click new scene? I'm old. Okay. All right. Now I have something in my eye. great. Okay, so a new scene. And add the following nodes. Okay, so we're going to start with rigid body 2D. And hold on, is that just in 2D scene? Because that icon looks different. I feel like shit. Can I Control Z that? Great. Whew. The art's not your favorite. It has, I don't know how to describe it. It has some kind of appeal. It's like strange and weird. It's like bad in a cool way. But for some reason, whenever I'm looking to play like a new action RPG thing, I look at it and I'm like, nah. Damn it. Why? Okay, so the thing I don't get is if I make a new scene and then I type in rigid body, I get rigid body 2D and it has this little like circular symbol. But the guide, oh, it just has the doc symbol, like you can click on this to go to the document. Okay. The like documentation about it. All right, mystery solved. Okay, so yes, we do want a rigid body 2D, and we do want to rename it, and we do want to name it Wall? How about Wall 1? Because I'm foreseeing having 4 different walls that face different directions. Okay. Wall 1 is easy enough to deal with anyway. Should be fine. All right, wall 1. So we need to add some child nodes to this. Animated sprite 2D, collision shape 2D, visible on-screen notifier 2D. Okay. And we need to set the children to be unselectable. So we can do that first if we don't want to be in the script section. Shit, you're not saved? Right, because you're just the new wall thing we made. Yeah, we'll just save you as wall 1. Okay, great. And then we don't want to be in script. It's over in 2D. Yeah, and then you click that. Okay, cool. Ooh, okay. And so now we need to add some children. That is going to be animated sprite 2D. And also collision shape 2D. No, you're all children of the thing. You're not children of each other. Okay, undo. Gotta reclick that. Then okay, yep. And then same thing. Click on the parent one, and click to add a new child. All right. Visible on-screen enabler? No, visible on-screen notifier. There we go. That's the first one where typing in like 3 letters wasn't enough to actually just get me to the right thing. Okay. So now what we need to do is we need to get the actual wall. And that is just a tile set that's in here, right? It is sci-fi tiles sheet. Okay. Okay, cool. We're ready. Let's just follow the tutorial though. Select the mob node, set its gravity scale property in rigid body 2D section of the inspector to 0. This will prevent the mob from falling downwards. Oh, bro, I didn't even think about the idea of there being gravity. Shit. Okay. Interesting. That could be cool for this is funny to think about, but down for a side-scrolling game is like just a direction for a top-down game, like down toward the bottom of the screen, but it's no longer down. Down is into the screen. Be interesting to use that for like magnetism. How do I think Gray Face Man is walking on the ground? Well, I hadn't thought about it. I don't know. I thought this was a world with I thought this universe had like, it only has what we put in it. So I thought it just had like velocity. And he has a starting point. And I thought like that was it. You know? I didn't really think about it, despite having already gone through one of these tutorials. Okay, so we're gonna do this just in case. We certainly don't want our wall moving at all. So I don't think this is gonna matter. You know, it might. Okay, so gravity scale is now 0, right? And we're on the wall node? Yeah, okay. Okay, gravity scale is 0. Okay, sweet. Hey. Okay, in addition, under the collision object 2D section, just beneath the rigid body 2D section, expand the collision group and uncheck the one inside of the mask property. This will ensure the mobs do not collide with each other. Okay, I don't think we need to do that. Because the walls won't move. Well, at least these walls won't move. Holy shit. Moving walls. We could make a mimic. It's not a treasure chest that's a monster, it's a wall that's a monster. Okay. Now we're gonna set up the animated sprite 2D. This time we only have one fucking animation, bro. All right. Let's go do that. So we just want a single wall. So how the fuck did we do that? We need to shoot. I need to actually bring up the little sprite section. Why did it do it automatically before, but not here? Debugger, search result, audio, animation, maybe? Yeah, okay. Select an animation player node to create and edit animations. Okay, great. So for animated sprite 2D. We're not gonna like give it a cool name. All right. Fuck, how did we do this before? Hold on, let's go back to player. What do you look like, animated sprite 2D? Yeah, you had this fucking option where I was just able to add frames from a sprite sheet. What's your deal, wall? You don't have that. Interesting. Now the only difference, as far as I can tell, is I added the tile map here, but I don't think that's necessary. I think I could just delete this. I'm not going to right now, but I think I can. Yeah, that's really annoying. Are you the wrong thing? You should just be animated sprite 2D. Huh. Interesting. What would the problem be? I need to come to animation, right, and give you new sprite frames. All right. My God. I am such a dumbass in my old age. Oh, and I'm not even like at the halfway point if I lived to my life expectancy. Sorry, to the general life expectancy. I don't have an individualized life expectancy. It's probably not that great. So I guess we will just leave default as our animation name, because it's just like, it's not gonna move. Take me back. Thank you. This is what we want. Now Can I zoom? Great. Okay, so then what is the actual tile size for this? It seems not quite right. It's hard to see. You check the database and it says I have 11 days left. 11 days left for my life expectancy. You know, honestly, it's been a pretty good run. I can accept that. There's a lot of cool shit left I want to do, but I think that will always be the case. I can't figure out... Okay, I think I need to just like open this thing in Paint or something. Actually, no. Wait, let's just tweak this. So like if we make it 8, will that change the dimension of the grid you're trying to draw? No. Huh. What about this? What does this... This seems like the actual overall dimensions of the thing. Okay, so we're gonna want our wall to look like just this regular ass thing. Actually, I guess we could do it, have it be like random between 3 different walls, like a blank wall, a wall with some computery stuff, and a wall with some other computery stuff. For now, I think just one blank wall would be good. But the frame shape is just wrong. So let's experiment. We're gonna try saying 32 by 32. Now, you kind of changed, although this doesn't look like 32 by 32, dog. It looks like a damn ass rectangle. Oh, I hadn't hit enter. Okay. Okay. Sure. We'll add that one frame. That's what our wall looks like. Boom. I'm sorry, do you look right? Yeah, okay. It's just really hard to fucking grok that because you're so tiny. Okay. All right. We have a fucking wall. I don't think we need to do anything animation-wise to it. It just needs to look like that. And then... this rectangle, yes. Just a damn bitch-ass rectangle, even. And then we're going to add our collision shape. All that should matter... Okay, so this wall is going to be, like, at the top of the screen. The character would be walking up and running into it. So... I need to figure out, like, I want the character's feet need to be able to hit the bottom of this. So for now, we're going to just set this whole thing as the collision area, but I think we're going to need to, like, walk it back a certain amount so that their feet can hit the wall, and the wall will feel like it's in the right spot. I fucking hate Pokemon regularly has houses that you can tell you should be able to walk behind, but the game is like, I don't understand isometric perspective. You can't walk there. But like Stardew Valley nails it. You can fucking walk behind things. So anyway, well, this will be more important for, I think, things below the player and large objects. But yeah, we'll figure it out. Okay, let's go back. Trying to piece together a reasonable fucking wall here. Okay, so we don't need to worry about animation speed and the fact that they want us to have 3 animations because we're not making a moving enemy. Okay. So then they add a script. And then what is going on with it? They're doing some kind of randomization for the size of the mob, or was the mob size actually randomized? That's interesting. First, we get the list of animation names from the Animated Sprite 2D Sprite Frames property. This returns an array containing all 3 animation names. We then pick a random number. Select a random integer. Okay, to choose which animation. That's the random part. Okay. The last piece is to make the mobs delete themselves when they leave the screen. Okay, so we don't like need these things. What I need is the ability to I need this wall to exist and to be able to make a bunch of copies of it. And then test our game where we like walk into them and fail to walk into them, hopefully. So yeah, this is going to be hard because they make enemies spawn. Camera. They make enemies spawn randomly. We don't want that, although that would be really funny to have walls spawning randomly. We want it to have a set point. So maybe we could look at the player node and see like what does the player do in its script section? Like where does it start? Does it have anything about where it starts? I feel like we added that later to make it start in the middle of the screen. So, okay. Let's go extract that information from the tutorial. It's in there somewhere. I'm gonna fucking find it. Okay. So maybe we just Control F for position. Walls are in fact not mobs. Yeah. Yeah. It is true. You are correct. Okay. We found what we want. And it goes in the main scene. Okay. So that means we need to make ourselves the main scene. All right. So, let's just do a quick save and then let's go to scene. We're making a new scene. What kind of scene? Create a new scene. But what kind of scene? Hold on. The main game scene. Now it's time to bring everything we did together into a playable game scene. Create a new scene and add a node named main. The reason it's just a node, not a 2D node, not a 3D node. Oh, I skipped the first half of what you said. Oh my god. I'm sorry, Crazy Pants. You think this is proving my earlier point correct that this is a terrible way to make walls? Because walls are in fact not mobs. Okay. All right. I did, yeah. Now look, we're just taking the ideas that make sense. And we're pulling those out and we're adapting them for what we need, okay? It's gonna work. I think it's gonna work. I'm not sure. I hope it's gonna work. Fuck. So hold on. I need to be down here, out of the way again. And then we just need. We are using Node instead of Node 2D. Oh my god. Create a new scene and add a node named main. I guess it's just a 2D scene. No, because this is node 2D. Okay, yeah, we're not doing that. So then it must just be an other node. We could just do a node. Okay. That's really weird. You're not confident? Well, I'll fucking show you. I'll fucking show you that you should be confident in me being able to make a wall. If there's nothing I'm good at, wait, if there's one thing I'm good at, it's putting up walls in life. Shit. Okay. We need to name this main. Okay. And we did not use a 2D or a 3D node because it doesn't need any kind of special functionality. Wow, yeah. Yeah. Look, Crazy Pants, just appreciate it. You're inside. I let you inside the walls, all right? You get to know all my weird shit. Okay. I need to click the instance button. The instance button represented by a chain link icon and select your saved player.tsn. Okay, so then this is how we put player in, and I assume we're gonna do the same thing with our wall, but we'll do player first. Now add the following nodes as children of main and name them as shown. Okay, so we don't care about a timer. We might add that in later, but the thing we need is a marker 2D for the start position. So this is specifically children of main. Whoa, Godot. So we just do this. It's a privilege? Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad you think that. I think it is. I'm fucking wonderful. Okay. We're gonna name it start position. Okay, yeah, we'll call it start position. And we'll call the other things like wall position or something. Okay. We don't need to set wait times. Those are for all the timers. Okay. Okay, then it goes to spawning mobs. Now, how do we tell it that this is the start position of the player? Where do we actually do that? Okay. We don't care about spawning mobs. It is cool. It's cool functionality. Very cool. Add a script to main. Okay, so then this might be where we tie in to have the player start at a certain point. So we're gonna go back. We're gonna click the little plus script icon after selecting main. Sure, call it main.gd. You call it whatever the fuck you want, bro. And then let's fucking save it. Oh, we haven't even saved the scene. Okay. Scene saved. And then we should probably just set you as the main scene. I don't remember how to do that. Like up here. No, that just runs the current scene. Okay, it'll tell us how to set the scene as main at some point. And at that point, we'll do it. Okay. The top of the script, we use export variable mob scene, packed scene, to allow us to choose the mob scene that we want to instance. Okay. So then I would want to be doing this, but I would want to be not spawning a bunch of random mobs. I'm gonna want to spawn a bunch of walls in specific places. Okay. Interesting. They haven't actually linked the mob scene as a child node, or the player scene is in here as a child node. Interesting to not put the mob one in. Huh. Okay, so I wonder if, do I actually need to do this? I just need to find where it decides to make the player spawn. Okay. Function, new game, player, start position. So... is function, new game just something that we could put in? Or do we not even need to do that? Actually, yeah, sure. Let's tinker with this. So we found the spot that tells us, rather, we found the spot with the string of code that will tell the game to spawn the player at the starting position. And that is this. So if we just put this at the beginning of the main node script, will it just do that? And then also, how do we set the fucking starting position? Nope, nope. I meant to be in Firefox. Hold on. Getting started. Start timer. Start position. Okay, so marker 2D is specifically designed to determine our starting position. But where do we actually enter in those coordinates? Wonder, can we like see it on here? Could I just like if I just... if I just drag it out to the middle, will that be the starting position? It seems like it. Like, that seems like the intuitive way to tell the game. Like, hey, start this thing here. So I guess we should see if that works. I'm kind of afraid, since I just slapped this into the script, that it just won't work. We go up here. Right, because the whole idea is we have this thing called start position, capital start, capital S, capital P, no spaces. And that at the beginning, it should put the player in that point. So let's see what happens. If it does it, I'm going to feel amazing. But I feel like it's just going to crash and be like, bro, what? No, it didn't. Okay. All right. We can still move though, right? Cool. Okay. Okay, let's read a little more. So I think one thing that we should do is potentially have the function ready new game thing. But what we definitely want to do is oh my god. Never remember to bounce back and forth. Stay out of the way in one view is in the way of the other view between Godot and Firefox. We definitely want to set our main scene as the main scene. Press the play button and select main.tscn when prompted. Okay, so it'll just make us do that. It didn't make me do that. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So adding the HUD I think is a good idea. Especially, I think we can add one layer that's just like a title screen. Eventually we want the title screen to have like options and shit on it, but for now it can just be like press enter to start. So we can have that functionality. But I do want to figure out the player positioning. Why did it not work? If we add this function into new game. Sorry, if we add the new game line into the ready function section. That is just saying that it's like starting a new game. But I think that's only relevant because of the way that their code spawns in enemies. Damn it. All right, we got to figure out how to get the player position in here. Okay, so from the top, this is where we added it. To indicate the player's starting position, we added the marker 2D called start position. So I want to know everywhere you're talking about that specific thing. Set the one-shot property of start timer to on and set the position of the start position node. There we go. God, what a loser. Can't believe I missed that. Okay. Set the position of the start position node. Maybe in transform? Yeah, okay. It already has the position that I dragged it to, I think. Let's double check that. It's 203, 108. Oh, we can watch it change. Yeah, okay. Now we're cool. We're cool. Oh, cool. It even tells you the relative movement in the bottom left of the window. Cool. I should be down here. Okay, so we do have okay, not a good starting position now. That's good enough. Being in the middle is good enough. Okay. So we did that. We set the position of the start position node to something appropriate for us. So where next is start position mentioned? Here specifically, when a new game occurs. So then I think the problem that we're having is that this is the right thing to do, but only once and at the beginning. So if we put this function in, if we add this function, what's gonna happen? So, because I was kind of thinking if we just added in the like position the player, it would just do it. But I think it won't And we need like, crap, nope. Go back and then do it. There we go. Okay, okay, learning the way to do that effectively. So, right, we don't need score. Okay. So, how do we make the function new game happen? I think this will happen in the HUD section. So honestly, we might just do that next week, get the HUD set up, and then we can like press spacebar to actually start the game. Right, because there was a spot where they were like, when you're done testing, remove it. Okay. So if we just add this under the ready function, then it should just act as if a new game is starting without us entering anything. And then that's why when you're done testing this, they want you to take that out, because the idea is the game doesn't just fucking start when you boot it up. The game starts once you have the HUD built and you press like spacebar or whatever. Okay, so let's save before we do this. So all we're doing is saying, like, when you're ready, part of your ready function now is that you say like, hey, run a new game. And running a new game just means put the player in this position. Let's see if this fucking does anything. Oh my god, it took it a fucking second. No. Okay. It did not do what we wanted. That's okay. We will figure this out next week. And then hopefully get our walls in and functioning. We'll get one wall functioning, then we'll get like 4 walls functioning, then we'll get a room, then we make a pit. Then we kill ourselves. Well, we need to make it so we can kill ourselves on the pit. Okay, so I'm gonna take this out since it did nothing. Let's save the scene. Should I? Is there a separate? Oh my god, Godot, please don't. Okay, Godot, what is your problem right now? You're like freezing. What are we doing? Oh. Uh-oh. Okay, we saved regularly, so we should be... We're good now? Still not good. Still not good. Godot is still not happy. It is opening. Okay. Okay. I just... Come back, though. I hate when programs do this, when they're doing what you tell it to do, but like 20 seconds later. Okay, we just want to save the project, which would be like save all scenes, which is Control-Shift-Alt-S. Oh, my lord. Okay. Okay, so we're done here for the week as far as making a game goes. I'll be back next Tuesday. And now usually we play Temetsi after, but since I have stuff to do, we're cutting early. But next week I might just go like fucking 5 hours working on this. I want this to become a thing. I'm so desperate for it to be functional. This is so fun. And not just fun, it's that like fun kind of like it's like annoying, but you're learning. It's like a puzzle that's like how the fuck do I do that? Oh, now I know how to do it. Great. So I'm gonna try to figure out the things that I couldn't figure out separately. So then when we come back next week, maybe we'll just do 5 hours of figuring stuff out. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, dudes, and I'll be back tomorrow playing Pokemon Infinite Fusion, and then Crypt of the Necrodancer the day after that. And then no stream Friday because some friends are coming to visit, and kind of like an extension of our holiday time because we were all unable to make it work until mid-late January. Fucking life. Anyway, have a nice day.